On February 28th, Mercury, the Sun, and Saturn are conjoining at 9 degrees of Pisces, a triple conjunction, technically a Mercury Cazimi with Saturn. When we have a conjunction in the sky, this is a melding of these energies. It's also new cycles beginning between the planets that are involved. And so in this case, we're talking about the cycle between the Sun and Mercury, the cycle between Mercury and Saturn, and also the cycle between the Sun and Saturn. And so this is a major activation, though, of this greater Saturn and Pisces transit, which is all about helping us to sort of ground these fantasies and dreams that we have for ourselves in tangible physical reality. And so what I mean by that, well, this is an especially great transit for creative people, artists, musicians, poets, writers, painters, healers, spiritual healers as well. This is a great energy for any type of spiritual business or spiritual entrepreneurship that we're pursuing, that we want, any kind of sort of creative goals we have for ourselves. Saturn is helping us to achieve them through hard work, through discipline, by showing us how to persevere through challenges, setbacks, and delays, limitations. That's what Saturn is doing in the sign of Pisces. It's also helping us to erect structure around these things, to create, habits and routines, reminding us we have to sit down every day and do this thing. It's also helping us to sort of create boundaries around ourselves. Pisces tends to be a very open energy. Saturn here is helping us to sort of pull back a little bit so that we can channel our energy and our magic into these goals that we have for ourselves through this transit. And so this triple conjunction really is a sort of like reality checkpoint, I guess you could say, with how far we are, how far we've come, and how far we have to go. With Saturn, though, this is about, and Mercury Cazimi. Okay, the Mercury Cazimi and Pisces, there's so much going on here. Let me break this down. Mercury Cazimi and Pisces is a really beautiful thing, I think, because Mercury is really debilitated in the sign of Pisces. And so when Mercury is at Cazimi with the Sun, it's an elevated Mercury, essentially, which is really helpful right now because Pisces Mercury tends to be all over the place. It's a little lost sometimes. And so this will give us a period of intense clarity, a sense of like, aha, maybe this is what I need to do. This is what it is. The thing is it's also with Saturn. And so there's some skepticism here. There maybe even be some pessimism here. Pepto-Bismolism? I don't even know. But anyways, there's like there's an intense clarity on the reality of our situation here. And so I really think that this is not so bad necessarily. With Pisces, we can be a little idealistic. It's a very dreamy energy. And so this is a point where it's just like, okay, yeah, this is where we are. Maybe it's not ideal. I wish we had been farther, but we're not. This is how much farther we have to go. This is what we need to do. And we shift and we adjust. And that's really what this is about. Saturn also has a lot to do with like releasing any burdens that we're carrying. So the sun's involvement here really has a lot to do with our sense of purpose and our sense of meaning. And maybe what we're doing doesn't really have meaning anymore. We want to shift a little bit. This would be the time to do it and understand that we're still, by letting some things go, releasing some of the burdens that we're carrying, we're still aimed at our goals. We're still, the universe is always moving us towards what we're here to do, our sense of purpose, these dreams, these fantasies. But we have to adjust along the way, And so we're working with Pisces. We're working with this ethereal sort of idealistic energy. It's very hopeful, Pisces, and it sometimes can struggle with like the earthly realm. And so it's about finding a good balance between, these higher aspirations we have for ourselves and what's actually really tangibly possible as a human being. And that's okay. It's time to maybe let some things go and adjust a little bit. Anything that is no longer feels meaningful to you. And so I pulled a card for us. Just one more thing. I pulled a card for us, which we got the High Priestess, which of course makes a lot of sense for the sign of Pisces. Pisces is a very intuitive energy. And so with this Mercury Cazimi, Saturn, like I said, this could be an intense, sort of sobering reality check where it's just like, you know, and that can get us down. Saturn can feel very heavy and we can feel down. Keep in mind this transit passes pretty quickly. This is just a sort of checkpoint. What the High Priestess is reminding us is that just follow your intuition. You know, the reality is this, but keep following your intuition, because that's really what your guide is here. That's really what you need to be moving towards. That's not to say we disregard the reality of our situation. Reality of a situation can work and meet with our intuition, but keep following your intuition. It's not leading you astray. You are aimed at your goals. It may not feel like you're very close right now, and that's okay. Just keep going, because magical things can happen. That's what the High Priestess also reminds us. It's a very magical, mystical, Pisces type of energy. And so I hope this was helpful, and I hope it made sense. I think that's all I really have to say. If you guys would like to book a reading with me, you can always do that at the link in my bio. My name is Stephanie, and this is Twin Fox Astrology. I appreciate you listening. Thanks. Have a good day.